I went into conducting, I think, totally by chance, because, big part of the conductor is you tell other people what to do, and I hate telling other people what to do. My mom wanted me to be able to play an instrument, and she bought me a guitar. I went for my first guitar lesson, and the teacher picked up the guitar. He played an Allemande from one of the Lute Suite by Bach, and the antennas in my ears just froze, or perked, or whatever you want to call it, and I just said, I have to learn this. We had a record of Beethoven 9th Symphony, and I must have played it 5,000 times because I totally destroyed that with the needle. Because of it, I started to listen to more orchestral music and really fell in love with orchestral music. Being a classical guitarist, and there's no classical guitar in orchestra, really the only path for me to be involved with that music making was conducting. I strongly believe that it's so important for a conductor to be really master of at least one instrument and feel like what it's like to be a performer. It really keeps you honest as a musician, and I feel, how do I have the right to tell musicians do this or do that, or if I can't do that on my own instrument? So I think, it keeps you very honest as a musician, and you don't forget what it's like to be connected to sound. In many ways, the conductor is the face of the orchestra, representing the orchestra in fundraising events, in community events, connecting to other community leaders, participating in school activities and things like this. The conductor is really representing the orchestra on so many levels, in so many activities. So the off the podium tasks that the music director has are almost just as important and really an inseparable part of being a music director in an American orchestra. I think future of orchestras, when it comes to why they exist in society, is to be able to show us that music is relevant today. I don't think we can continue with the model of that a symphony orchestra is going to be a museum of works. How are we going to show people that music is relevant today? And there are pieces written about social justice, there are pieces written about climate change, and these are things that affect us today. And there's a place in art, and especially for music, to be part of this. Can you imagine if in literature we would stop reading books written after a certain year? I mean, we can't imagine art operating that way, and music should be no different. It was such a coincidence. On the same day that I heard about this position, I didn't read about it somewhere, two musicians that I know told me about it. One musician who used to play in the orchestra many years ago and now lives in Seattle, and the other one is a soloist that was featured with the RSO. And they both emailed me the same day and said, you have to look up this orchestra. So I looked it up. I did all the research, read about the orchestra, followed the orchestra on social media, and especially during COVID, I was really impressed at how much the orchestra tried to maintain constant connection with all their patrons and with music education and whatnot. And I said, this seems like a wonderful place to be and to make music.